Penn and Teller Masterclass, Episode 3, Cups and Balls. Cups and Balls is an act that they have. They do it with regular red solo cups you can't see through. Then they do it with clear. And the idea is to have a fluid motion. If you watch Teller, he has what normally Teller doesn't talk, but if like Penn is talking, his patter has meaning to the bit, and Teller's motion has meaning to the bit. The idea of just, I mean, he's been doing it all his life basically, so it's just second nature. And that's where you have to get into just, I guess, like swinging I was never good at hitting a ball with a bat, but you get this fluid motion. You have this fluid motion of putting a ball into the cup. I don't think there's not a shortcut to any of this. It's just hands-on practice. That's what draws me to any of this. Even like YouTube, I just recorded what I thought recorded, and I realized I didn't. So I talked for 5 minutes to nothing, and that's what happens sometimes. So practice is the only way you get better at any of this. I just appreciate how much the movement is just to hide a ball. All this thought is put into it. That's the beautiful thing of it. That's where it makes it art. That's where art comes into how magic is perceived. Whether or not you agree with that, I don't care. But just as like a ballerina or a bass guitarist have emotion that they have to do in order to get a point across. So this happens too. I'm just a big Penn and Teller fan, so I'm just going to gush about everything they say and do anyway. But I think that is something that's easily taken into real life. I have, when you have to drive, let's say you have to drive, there's multiple things you're doing at once when you drive. When I'm at work, I have multiple things usually happening, so you have to keep a track of everything. And it's getting just repeating things, practicing things. There's no way around it. That's the beauty of it. That's what draws me to it. That's what I think is fascinating about it. You can start with nothing and work your way into where you can just make these things seemingly appear and disappear on a whim. It's just a really amazing thing how hard work actually does work out, and it's a nice way to demonstrate to people that, hey, it's better to just do your homework than to cheat. Even though it's magic. That's the funny thing, that all of this can come from magic, and magic is basically lying all the time. But that was episode 3, Penn and Teller Masterclass. I just enjoy this stuff. I just like talking about it, because if I watch it and then it just goes out and then you waste, I feel like you waste money if you didn't learn anything. If I talk about it, then I feel I'm learning things. Maybe you'll watch it, I don't care, it doesn't matter to me. But that was 3, on to 4.